seconds. 9 seconds it is. Welcome on another session of Block Chat. Today on the brief with Denis Petrovcic and Makram Hani. It's an exciting few days that have passed. We were just talking about it now, Dennis and myself, and yes, we are excited. The community is excited. People who are new to the community are excited. People who have been in the community since a very long time are excited. And I would like to think that the excitement is way beyond the cover story. It's the depth of the resemblance of the story and the resemblance of the impact of things that we have been doing over days, weeks, months, and the years that have passed. So I would hope so, and I believe that this is why everyone is excited with us. Dennis, how are you?
Good. I'm great actually.
We
You?
have another listing, yeah,
Yeah.
gate.io. It's top five or top six, I believe. It's the fifth top exchange globally today. Why is that important? And again, I understand that you would have a view on the importance of this, but I believe the most significance of this is the route that we've been taking and where have we got and what have we done. So it's a step on the way. But why is this so significant? Where everyone is calling us to congratulate us on the step we've done.
I think here there's a couple of reasons why it's a significant achievement. One of these reasons I would say is that Gate is a tier one exchange. Interestingly, not most of its volume derives from trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, but from other altcoins, I would say. And we fall in that category, of course. I think it also has a lot of organic volume. So a lot of people actually use Gate as a validation point when it comes to smaller cap projects. Let's say project that rank somewhere between 500 and 1,000 in coin market cap ranking. We are just above 800 as a position right now. And I think this kind of brings additional credibility to what we're doing. Some projects, I'd say that they focus mainly on, distributing the token to as many exchanges as possible, and that is kind of a initial strategy that they take. We have taken a different route. We have taken the route where we have been building through, 3 bear markets, and delivering on the infrastructure that we are offering to our partners to tokenize real estate. And in the second step, we have started investing in our token through, first of all, DeFi and Oceanpoint and the liquidity pool on Uniswap, and then getting from there to centralized exchanges. And I think, I'm really proud of the route that we have taken, because really it kind of proves that what we're building is a decentralized organization that is run by many participants, and where value is being brought by different players.
And here, I believe it is of so much significance to see the how are we growing, the growth pattern, because none of what we're doing is an instant hit, an instant win, and we're trying to move from it. Not really. What we're doing is a very solid brick layer of a base. And then after that, we're developing to get to, because the community has been asking for existing on Sexes since the time. And now we have a team that's working on that. And thankfully, they're doing a very good job, as it seems. I'm the least to understand that, but I see and I feel and I encounter people's reactions, and this is what matters. If the public today understands that you're doing something the right way. It means most probably you are doing something the right way, especially if you are anti-hype and the base is very solid. The base is very solid. Gate.io came after two other sex listings. Gate.io came after a very healthy liquidity pool that supported the Uniswap existence. Gate.io came after we have tokenized around $100 million of property, after we have an initial let's call it test marketplace. It's not exactly that, but Oceanpoint that has currently 3 properties that you can trade, and we encourage you guys to go there and try to subscribe, purchase some property tokens, and get on that route. It may be for you, it may be for your kids. You may be in uni today, and you can save $40 a month, $50 a month. Save a little bit. Try to understand it first before buying into it. The subscription into it is something that should come after you understand what it is and what we're doing. A very important aspect of all of this is the partners, and there are partner properties that have been launched on partner marketplaces that have been very successful in their primary offering. And this is something that is very interesting. This is of significance. And most of our work is on our partners, our technology, and our community, and they complete each other. If you look at what we do, most of what we do is community based. Most of what we do is community driven, because it's all about having. And you look at us as an organization. We are trying and working hard every day to have things decentralized to the maximum possibility and way possible. You see that the route that we take on a daily basis, from having ambassadors to having the regional hubs, to having parties from the community, like Daniel, like others who have joined us from our community. They have been part of the Blocksquare community since the time and join us. That's of significance. Parties who have tokenized properties with us see a conference and see that we're good to be there, and they push Blocksquare forward there, and they attend for us, and this is very exciting. It's as exciting to us as it is to you, probably slightly more. Denis, this route, where are we going from here? So today, Gate.io. The question is, okay, we're on a tier 1 exchange. We're on other exchanges. I believe, again, I'm someone who's a dinosaur when it comes to technology. So when I like an exchange, it's cool. I tried MaxC. It's a very good exchange. And it's easy to use. And to me, I want something that's very easy to use. So I want something that I can understand easily, figure out easily, and run through easily. Where are we going from here? Where are we going on an exchange level? Because that's a part that's very important to the community. Where are we going, and where are we today on the pools that have been active? Like today, the governance pool has been growing over time. We have the asset pool, which is growing. We have the community pool, and we have the liquidity pool, and on we go, because I'm sure that people are waiting for more to come, and even internal members of the team are pushing. Where's the next? Where are we evolving to? Can you give us, please, a roundup to how did we get here? Where are we today? And where are we going? That's a very tough question to answer, I'm sure, but I'm sure that you enjoy answering as well. So let's see. Where are we today?
I believe that, we've covered in some previous blog chats, we've covered, how we got here. So I think I'll try to be more future oriented in the discussion. So obviously, Gate is an achievement, and it's an achievement because there's a larger amount of people who will be able to become parts of our ecosystem, right? Maybe they will engage in the staking process and engage through Oceanpoint in our DeFi activities. However, I believe that on the other side, it's just as important to bring liquidity to the markets through trading, and exchanges, centralized exchanges, are built for people who are primarily traders, but as well maybe long-term holders. So, so both, having three markets plus Uniswap also brings more stability, I believe, to the whole Blocksquare ecosystem in terms of pricing and in liquidity, and obviously this paves a new, additional potential for growth. I think our the centralized exchange listing strategy has been made clear when we decided to bring Ari Last on board as an advisor for exchange listings and coordinator and facilitator. And this is already showing, and really, the team is already, after this achievement has been completed, let's say, it has already started basically working on going through the market, trying to see, where the next opportunity would be or lead us. People in our community need to understand that fostering relationships with centralized exchanges, so this kind of partnership don't just emerge overnight, but they require a project team, an issuer team, to essentially go through a due diligence process that sometimes involves being lengthy, and they need to take this into account. It's not like we're going to list on another exchange within the next month or two, probably. But that being said, there's other avenues that we as a team focus on, and one of those is improving Oceanpoint, as well as improving our white label marketplace. So one of the next things that our community will be able to see is the release of Oceanpoint V05. And it has been already marked that and announced in our community, those who follow more closely, that we just got back our audit reports. So the official audit for the smart contract for marketplace pools, which comes with V05, has scored, I think, 9.5 out of 10, which is an amazing score, and audited by Hakan, which audited all smart contracts so far. And congrats to the DeFi team, basically on this achievement. Now, with this audit, there's small slight changes to the smart contract that have been done to achieve this score, which kind of takes as well certain changes in the application and on the infrastructure. And these changes are being implemented, and once they're tested internally, we will turn to our community for testing on Sepolia, and then from there proceed to a launch on mainnet.
Sepolia is our test net, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So to kind of just recap what marketplace pools are in simple terms, this is a tool for companies and members of our community or regional hubs or whoever to launch their own marketplace in a very kind of democratized way, where first they ask our community for support of their project and their vision through a pitch or they might present a pitch deck, a website, a video, whatever type of information that they're willing to share with our community. Our community then decides if there's enough support for this project to open up a marketplace pool. And if this is the case, a marketplace pool is then created and a campaign is initiated. During this campaign, the community can chip in their staked BST tokens, lock them in for a predefined period of time, and then the marketplace operator will have their marketplace delivered, published, and before obviously launching this campaign, they will commit to certain KPIs. And if they go through with these KPIs, the marketplace pool collateral that the project team has put in the contract will be released for them to regain it. The more successful the marketplace pool is, the higher the API probably will be for that pool. So the returns of BST for those who pledge in different pools will differ between pools. And
so if you're a member of the community and you have staked BST, you can act similar to a member in a VC, where you are funding the technology licensing for a party. You're backing that funding, which is very interesting. Yeah, you are able to get success if they do succeed. The beauty of it here is, God forbid, a marketplace wouldn't succeed, and you need few to fail so that others succeed. If it doesn't succeed, your losses is barely a loss of opportunity, nothing else, and you move on from there. And because our technology is built to have thousands of marketplaces on it, and our hope is that we get there with you. So yes, the next thing to be excited about is probably this. What Denis have mentioned as well will affect, or part of what we are doing will affect the look and feel of the marketplace and how you interact with it, as well as Oceanpoint, isn't it, Denis? And that impact is what matters most. I was reading something a few days ago, and it's a very interesting point of view. And the view says that we need to stop telling people, telling everyone, the public, and we will not stop doing that at BlockChat. Don't worry, because this is what we are here for. We should stop as an industry telling the public how it works, because no one cares the code of Amazon and how it works. They care that it's very easy to order and very easy to deliver. And similarly, what people care about is that it will become very easy, and it is very easy to purchase property, and it's very easy to get the returns, and it's very easy to move along and grow with the system. We will continue informing those who want slightly more of how it's happening and why it's happening. So what you're getting is an insight to what we do weekly and what we share and we understand as a team. Now, here it's very important also to look through and understand that as a company, and we talked about this before, it is a direction that we've taken to make sure that you as a community share in the economy. And this is what ambassadors and regional hubs are. Denis, we have already had some activity on the regional hub side. Can you give us a brief on what have happened already? And hopefully we should do another a block chat probably in a few weeks, maybe with some members of the regional hub and people who are engaging currently with the ecosystem. So tell us, please, more about what have happened and why is that important?
Yeah, so in terms of regional hubs, we've seen, I think, really, really positive and great development. Cody, who's known as Muscle Pump in our community, who is our regional hubs manager, has been doing a great job kind of informing, connecting, pushing those who apply to go through the application process. And now I think we have something between 60 and 70 ambassadors in different parts of the world. And the beauty of it is that a lot of these ambassadors are kind of lone wolves in a way, right? They're not connected between each other. And what's happening now is that they're getting connected together through through the efforts of our regional hubs manager, trying to connect them, to get them to collaborate and form regional hubs. And through this process, I believe already 2 regional hubs have been formed. And I'm sure that, or I know that the third one is just around the corner, which kind of triggers this quarterly competition then and enables us to have a incentive put in place on a quarterly basis for these regional hubs to organize events, create meetups, and generally connect with their audience in the region where they're active. So again, I'm encouraging everybody
I was searching for something here, Dennis.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah.
the average ambassadors per country globally, and it's 72. So the average number of ambassadors a country does have is 72. So we're very
Oh,
close to having more than an average country.
oh,
And
so, oh, wow.
that's why I was searching. So,
Okay.
it's a cool number.
We don't have yet ambassadors in 70 countries, but we do have that amount of ambassadors almost. So I
We're
think
coming. We're getting there.
we're
Yeah.
we're getting there. Yeah, that's really cool as a comparison. But yeah, I think that also kind of create what is happening is that as well our sales team efforts and business development efforts are changing, so are being reshaped through this. And I see a lot of times as well people inquiring about running a white label marketplace or tokenizing a real estate asset, then also seeing these regional hubs option, and they get really interested in exploring it more. So a lot of times also the normal kind of sales funnel directs an individual into this ambassador funnel. Yeah.
So
So on the sales side, we also had a new team member join. We were searching for a sales assistant, and David from Italy joined our team just recently, and is already in the team working for about a week now. So that's on this front. What else?
on the institutional level, Fergus has been
Yeah.
doing some cool work. Fergus and Peter has been doing some cool work. As you know, with institutions, you don't get the fast results, but you get the big results. So we also had some activity that resembled the importance of collaborating with institutions and banks like LBBW. Akeem have been part of a very important conference meeting in Germany. So what's happening there? What's happening on the institutional level?
Fergus has just recently been invited to present tokenization at a banking fintech related event in the UK, and has held like a 1 hour presentation for participants, like a workshop of sorts. And I'm yet to connect with Fergus about this event and see what the responses were. I just saw it, kind of from in a written form, that definitely it seemed like there was a lot of interest in tokenization of real estate as such, trying to understand what this actually is, right? So definitely was a great opportunity to connect with the industry and kind of get insights and feedback from them. Yeah.
Where are the marketplaces that people can go in now and purchase property in? What countries can they purchase tokens of properties in?
I think well, one of our marketplace operators in Panama has had 2 offerings live and concluded their first tranches, I would say, of the offerings, and now they're preparing for a second, or I think a second tranche, and then in the UK. UK care facility is being offered. Then on Oceanpoint, we had a silent launch of the third property, which some of our community members saw, and there's already some activity there. These properties are not launched through offerings, but rather just through secondary market, and people can buy them as a set from the secondary market. The main reason is that the issuing companies have staked this previously and now offer the tokens for sale at different price points. And the beauty of this is that this gives this learn to earn type of experience potentially to our community. And here's something that we don't talk many times, why the asset pool, the community BSPT pool on Oceanpoint is so appealing for somebody who has never bought real estate tokens before, which is most people in the world. So if you want to be one of the first people in the world to have bought tokenized real estate and be able to tell this to your grandkids, here's a chance to do it. And you don't need to spend a lot to make it even financial sense for you, because the community BSPT pool is very well incentivized. I believe we're talking about 150, 160% APY in BST. And this means that you can basically, this is like returns that you don't get in real estate, right? So if I want to get, I don't know, if a real estate asset is yielding 10% annually, if I invest 1,000, I get $100, right?
But let me tell you the significance. Can I tell you the
But
significance of
but
this?
just but
Yeah,
just if I can, yeah. So
yeah.
$100, it's not that big of a deal. So you need to invest, I don't know, at 10,000. So it yields 1,000 to you. So with $1,000, it's already something that happened, right? It depends obviously from market to market. I don't want to be here judged, but I'm talking about the median European salary, etc.
Yeah.
Right? So 10,000 is already a certain amount of money that people have secured over time by putting aside, etc. So it's not a small amount by any means. And investing in tokenized real estate with 10K for the average European is, I would say, not prohibitive, but it's a risky thing at this moment of the market. So doing it with 1,000 for $100 of yield seems like too much of a stretch maybe to do. With $100 for $10 in a year, maybe it's better to buy Pepe and then see how it goes, right? Because it's it becomes more of a gambling money. And here you have something in between where you can really go and buy for $100 worth of real estate tokens and then stake them on Oceanpoint, and you would earn 150% in a year time, which now means that you've earned the same amount as you would, or even more, as you would investing 10 times this amount. So, just my thoughts here, why this is important.
It's interesting returns, but I want to here tell you the significance of having one of the first tokenization or tokens ever. So, in my investment business, we many times skip opportunities because it doesn't pay enough to be worthwhile our time. I'll give you an example. If we're buying a property of 5 million, and it has an opportunity to give us 500,000 instantly, it's the same level of time and effort it would take us approximately than buying a property of 500,000 that would give us a profit of 50,000. But the 50,000 is not worthwhile the same effort most of the time. So we value where do we put our time and effort and money. So not only do I do that, so our team members do that, because it's also they have a cost, and I have a cost of them, and I need to make sure that that effort, that human resource, is directed to the most profitable way possible. So myself, I sat for a few nights waiting for any tokens of the first tokenization that we've ever done, the parking spot, because I didn't own tokens of the parking spot to open. And then around 100 euros, 130 euros of tokens came onto the market. And I went in immediately and tried to buy them. And I couldn't because there was an issue with my wallet, if you remember, and it wasn't whitelisted or something like that.
And that
So
was
I
some time
called
ago,
my,
I guess.
sorry?
That was some time ago, huh?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I called my partner at around 11:30 p.m. at night. My partner in one of the businesses, we have a, a research and development business. And he is a part of the community of Blocksquare. And I said, Fadl, we need to buy those. He said, what is it? I said, it's tokens. I'll send you a die. Can you buy it for me? So I sent him die. So I'll give you a very small, just brief here. He bought me those tokens. I sent him die. It costs me around, let's call it $50 to send him the die. It costs them around $70, $80 to purchase those tokens. And then it's under his wallet, so he needs to transfer it to me. So it costs also another route to do that. And all of this have happened. And the total cost of that was maybe $300-$400 and 2-3 nights of mine, and the value of my hour is multiples of that, supposedly 2-3 evenings and sometimes in the middle of the day for me to secure those tokens. And I'm now a proud owner of around 130 euros worth of tokens there. It is significant, guys. um, it's it's very significant. I will also tell you about something that I've done. I'm giving you experiences of mine, so keep that aside. That's emotional, what I've told you now. But let me tell you about something that's fundamental. I started purchasing tokens of properties, and I said, this is for my son. Yeah. So I'm purchasing tokens, I'm staking part, and I'm keeping part. And this is for my son. This is for the coming 50 years or 20 years. Usually, I've never purchased a property. And here we used to talk about the premium of liquidity premium. Yeah. I've never purchased in my life a property. Actually, when you go by our rules, I've never purchased a property unless it is around 30% under the value at the time of purchase. That's a rule. I've never done that except that way. So there's a valuation for the property there. I purchased that, and I was purchasing at slightly higher than valuation initially, and then I was purchasing at the price. When I calculate the difference, it's around 35% higher than valuation. And I was purchasing it, and it didn't matter. So the valuation was 965,000 dies, and I was purchasing it at a value of 1,175,000 dies, which is around 30% more. And I was purchasing it, and that's a financially sound decision. Why is it a financially sound decision? Because if I'm losing 30% in value, and I'm then staking and making 100% in staking rewards, does it make any sense? Hopefully it does.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
That's
I
my
get your point.
that's
I get
my
your point,
experience. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
So I'm actually buying at a future discount of 70% in a way or other.
In a way, yeah. It might be. You are.
Yeah. And that's amazing. So guys, I would tell you today, and none of this is financial advice, guys. We never do financial advice. We're not financial advisors. At the end of the day, we're a team that is interested in the technology we're developing and in real estate tokenization, because we see it is of value in democratizing real estate ownership. And we believe that That's the basic right of human beings. It's food, education, hospitalization or medcare, and living, a house. And a house provide the safety, provide the hopefully part of the serenity, the peace, the stability. All of this is in a house. Yeah, the pride of ownership, the future wealth development. This is what it's providing. So I would tell you, go through any of the marketplaces that currently has offerings. Um, and when you go through those, um, try and do a purchase. Again, if you like it, and if you understand what you're doing there, and if you see value in it, and after you purchase, you feel good about it. I'll tell you something else, Dennis. So when I'm purchasing, I told my accountant last week to add a section. So when we're doing accounts, there's assets, and there's liabilities, and there's payables, and there's receivables. So there's a section um, on my accounts now called tokenized real estate, and it's still small. Yeah, it's relatively small, because again, everything is in relative terms. But yeah, there is a section there, and I hope that every single person is able to have real estate in his life, and real estate in a good way. Um, it's something interesting. This is what we're heading for, guys. We are so excited, as much as you, when we get a listing successfully done, and when we get the community to enjoy the benefits and the rewards of that. But we are also very interested in the future that we are developing alongside you, for us and for yourselves. So try this future, try the basics, the fundamentals of everything we are. We are a solid company with solid treasury, with a great team, and a great team. Look at me. This is with a great team, but one. You know, where we need a we need a COO who's better, and then everything will be perfect. This is what we are. This is where we're going. Join us. It is interesting. To join us, you can get in touch with us. How can they get in touch with us today, Dennis?
Um, any channel will do, I guess.
Discord. It's
Email,
my preferred
Discord,
one.
Telegram, LinkedIn, Twitter,
Yeah.
any type of channel, and depends on the inquiry, right? Um, we've just today announced a partnership with Crypto Eagles, for instance, who with whom we done a great AMA last week. And they have done a great post-AMA campaign as well, and definitely proven that their community is a great community, and they can really help us educate the market, because that's the partnership is about educational content for the market to understand real estate tokenization and how it works. And I think this kind of activities come from people reaching out to us with maybe they have a set of services that they provide, but just going there and posting, I'm inquiring about marketing, doing something doesn't cut it anymore. Unfortunately, we have a lot of noise there. But whenever there's a serious partner, individual or company that is good at something and is able to start adding value on their own, if they do that, it doesn't get unnoticed, and sometimes it even results in like in this case, a partnership. So I think this kind of things are very encouraged, and there's people in our chats that can, if nothing else, route them or direct them in, steer them in the right direction to the right email address or the right person to talk.
Any last words, Dennis, to our community and everyone listening?
Um, no, I think we spoke a lot today. It's 40 minutes past, minus the 8 seconds at the beginning. But yeah, I think it's really fun times ahead. There's a couple of things that will happen on Oceanpoint, and as well on the marketplace. So stay tuned.
Let's move the market together, and let's move with it. What's coming is interesting, fundamentally interesting. That's the most important part of it. Thank you all for being part of our energy. Thank you all for being part of our journey, and hopefully you'll be part of our journey to come. Until another Block Chat with Denis Petrovcic and Makram Hani, have a good day.